How come no one is talking about the presidential treatment Ghanaians are giving this Nigerian Big Brother star who recently visits Ghana for the first time?
It's the first time in Ghana.
Yes, it is.
What took you so long?
I don't know. I feel like the universe was just holding. The universe was like, the time to come is now. Like it was just like, this is the perfect moment for me to be here, and I'm glad I never came to Ghana until this point because I'm experiencing it in a totally different way.
Yeah, the reception, huh?
I'm telling you, I feel like this is going to set my expectation here now.
Okay.
Like anywhere I visit,
they have to match up.
They have to match. Like if it don't match up, I'm like, come on, man, I don't want to be here.
See, they can't match up. we do especially in Ghana. When you come here, the way we meet you at the airport alone, you wouldn't want to go back, honestly.
At this point, I'm calling on Nigerians to come and see how Ghanaians are treating their celebrities in Ghana. Oh. Let it not be like he came and Ghanaians treated him bad. Oh. Yes, you guys don't give Ghanaian celebrities this kind of treatment, but whenever your celebrities visit Ghana, they are being treated and handled so well. You need to see the way this guy is just happy, like, this treatment, even if I'm the one, hey, I will just go bring my bed. I'll go buy bed self here and lay. I will tell them, I don't want to go back home again. I don't want to go back Nigeria. Waiting day there. Well, make I shut my mouth up. For those of you that don't know this Nigerian celebrity, he goes by the name Fate, a Big Brother Niger star, season 10. So he landed in motherland for the first time. And man, the way Ghanaians welcomed him is insane. Chai. The love Ghanaians have for Nigerians is not to be compared with anything, no. Seriously, I was really moved, and I wish Nigerians also put more effort in treating Ghanaian celebrities in Nigeria this same way, because whenever Nigerian celebrities visit Ghana, the kind of treatment Ghanaians give them is it's a top notch, seriously. So you guys, Nigerians, yeah, you should also do the same. Yeah, I'm expecting even more from you as a giant of Africa. Well then, guys, without wasting much of your time, let's take a look at his experience in Ghana. From the welcoming to every activities he did in Ghana, guys. But before we watch, I would love to appreciate my returning subscribers. Thank you so much for always clicking in. And if you're new here, my name is Delphina. I'm super excited to have you here. Please don't make it your last by subscribing to the channel, like this video and share the video. Also do all to press the notification bell to get notified whenever I drop another one. Let's watch.
Insane. This is actually, yeah. Okay. This is Casa Grande, and this looks amazing. Like you need to check out everywhere, man. Like the light fixtures, like this is art, bro. The settings, what is this? Like this is cool as hell. It's a light. I know, it's like fluffy lights, and then like I love the interior, man. 10 over 10.
And that's your room, baby.
Okay, let's get inside. This is beautiful. I love it. Yeah. 10 over 10.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. And there's a view. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, no, I'm supposed to say Marche. So I think that's good morning in Twi. Please tell me I'm correct. We have a very interesting day ahead of us, but it's been beautiful so far. So this is day 2 in Ghana. I'm excited, but I'm still sleepy. Okay, so why come to Ghana if you're not going to experience everything? The culture, the food, the people, and the fashion. So I'm about to be styled in some sick kente stuff, and I'm freaking excited. So let's do this. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, it may seem as though I am now Ghanaian. Yes. Specifically from the the Ashanti region.
Ashanti.
Tell me the regions. What are the regions?
Okay, in the region, the Ashanti region, most form of culture. It's a form of culture. Form of culture. Tradition is deeply rooted there.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Green. Yeah, green.
First bite.
You would love it, I bet you.
So spicy.
Yeah. Find it, add salt to taste. That's all. We don't add any extra spice. it has this natural taste. Yeah.
Oh, you want
Yeah, very nice.
One commission for the family. Nobody back home. Okay.
Thank you so much for being here. You look regal.
Thank you so much.
Okay, first of all,
you look
like,
stunning too.
Thank you, my love. Yesterday was my birthday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Thank you.
Nigerians.
Thank you very much.
Beautiful.
Please tell us about this look. Sally put you to it.
Something like that.
Sally put you to it. Sally Man is in the studio, guys. Sally, this is beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, super. Super. The girls are worrying you, aren't you? Since you landed in Ghana, like, tell me how many girls are like, yo.
You're killing me, man. You're killing me.
What do you
But
think?
I'll tell you a bit about the outfit first.
Okay, you tell me about the outfit and tell me about the girls.
Yeah, okay. The girls
Okay,
go
all right,
with it.
so-
So I feel like they told me it's like I love the material, the tradition.
You're
the
cute,
kids-
though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You are beautiful too.
Thank you.
Absolutely stunning.
Merci beaucoup.
So it's I think it's inspired, or it's like a traditional wear for the Ashanti region.
Right.
And they're very, very keen on culture, like even down to the symbols
Yeah.
on the ring.
Yeah.
Something I think God's with us.
Yes.
Is that, am I correct?
Jinyame.
Jinyame, yeah. So what does that mean? God's
Yeah, Junior, I mean, unless God.
honest.
It's like God is the Almighty.
Exactly.
Yes.
And even down to like the jewelry they wear, the way they
Yeah.
represent themselves, and even the dance, like, taken from one side, and they told me like that's a thing the rulers do
Yeah.
to show the king that all aspects of the area belong to him. So like even down to the dance steps, everything in this culture or in your culture has meaning, which is beautiful to see.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm not sure if he has left yet, but man, with this presidential treatment, I'm not sure if this guy is left to Nigeria yet. I believe this dude is still in Ghana.
Find a Ghanaian name and give it to you. What day were you born?
Do you mean the date or the day?
The day.
Probably like a Friday.
A Friday. So you are Kofi?
Coffee.
Kofi Adewale. Welcome. It's the first time in Ghana.
Yes, it is.
What took you so long?
I don't know. I feel like the universe was just holding. The universe was like the time to come is now. Like it was just like this is the perfect moment for me to be here, and I'm glad I never came to Ghana until this point because I'm experiencing it in a totally different way.
Yeah, the
This is-
reception, huh?
I'm telling you, I feel like this is going to set my expectation here now.
Okay.
Like anywhere I visit,
They
there
have
is
to
no,
match up.
They have to match. Like if it don't match up, I'm like, come on, man, I don't want to be
No,
here.
see, they can't match up. We do a special in Ghana. When you come here, the way we meet you at the airport alone, you wouldn't want to go back, honestly. But Faye, let's talk about you. Let's talk about your life.
Yeah.
And I mean, what was life like before Big Brother Nigeria? I know you went to medicine, but
Yes.
generally, how was your life?
Life was peaceful. I mean, it was the typical, go to the hospital, come back, study, try and write a research paper. I would paint in my free time.
Okay.
I'd write poems whenever I was free. I really love going to art galleries.
Okay.
That's my place of solace. So sometimes I'll just sit down in a gallery and just do that. Then I also make like filters, so Snapchat filters, Facebook filters, when they still allow that to happen. So life was okay. It was fun, to be honest.
Looks like you had a busy life as a doctor, a
I've-
medical doctor. by the
I've
way.
always had a busy life.
Always had a busy life.
Yeah.
So imagine bringing in Big Brother Nigeria and you had to move away sort of from medicine and then be in a house. How difficult or easy was that decision to make?
Okay, I don't think it was difficult. I think it was more of I've lived this my whole life. Like I've been going to school my whole life, and I want to experience something new. Sometimes you get bored. Like it's
Yeah.
like, you know what? The crazy thing is I didn't even think I would get selected from the audition process. Over 100,000 people audition, and it's like, come on, like why would they pick the random? And somehow you end up there and you're like, okay, this is interesting. And I get on the show, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just leave. Let's just have fun. Let's just do whatever, and see how it goes. So.
But what was your biggest shock when you got into the house? Probably after a few days. What was that biggest shock for you? Something you never anticipated that it was going to be like, I mean, being in a confined space, sort of.
People are so... Okay, I know people are different, but because of the way I had been brought up, I had been shielded from a certain kind of, like, set of people.
Yeah.
And that house just brings people from all walks of lives. And I'm grateful for that because I think it kind of taught me how to process, a universal being better. Because if you grow up in a certain experience, so take me for example, I grew up in a very, educated household.
Yeah.
My life was school. Since that's all my life has been. School. I never even went for parties.
Okay.
I've never been to a nightclub until I entered Big Brother's house.
You are kidding.
I'm serious. Which is why I don't know how to dance because I don't understand what they're doing.
No, we really should have made him dance. You know, onto the set.
So it just showed me that people are drastically different, and you also need to learn to accommodate new realities. That's what I always tell myself now.
New reality was coming out of the house.
Yeah.
How did you manage being out? Because one moment you're in a different reality altogether, and then the
Yeah.
next moment you're out of the house and you're back to Your life.
It's like a flood. Like you go, I think, about 3 months without your phone, without talking to people, and then you come out of the house, and you now have, which I was grateful for. You have this like, I call them family, the faithfuls. The people call them fans, but I call them family.
Faithful. So more like faith, and then
yeah, so they're like my family. Now you have these people, and they just have this outpouring of love. And then you go from being a simple person to this person that people really care about.
Yeah.
People want to know how you're doing. And it's so inspiring. Like sometimes you want to be like, oh, I'm tired, but you can't be tired because these guys are rooting for you. So that was very helpful coming out. But I think I wasn't used to that much attention.
Okay.
It's your whole life goes from nobody cares
To everybody caring.
to that people are watching. And then you can't, when you're still normal, you can tweet something, nobody cares. And now if I tweet something, sometimes somebody can be like, is he talking about this person?
They're connected to
They're trying to connect. And like 99% of the times, they're wrong. There's just agendas and stuff like that. So that's that. But I'm very grateful for it because it opens opportunities for you. It gives you a new way of approaching life. So.
But what's the biggest misconception people have about fame? Because now it's not just in Nigeria.
Yeah.
You have fans, lots of them in Ghana. You have lots of them in other parts of the world. What's the biggest misconception people have about people who are that famous like yourself?
Okay, I think the number one misconception is that you have it all figured out, like you have everything. Let me just break it down for you. When you move to a certain level, the responsibility increases too. So it's not, yes, there are advantages, but it's not like the person has a whole pot of gold that they're sitting on. That's number one. And number two is I think sometimes people take away you're still a human being. You're not like immune to everything.
Yeah.
You do grow thick skin. I think it's a consequence of being famous. You need to be able to say, if people like you, then definitely there are people that won't like you too. You can't take the people that like you and be like, I want this, and say, oh, these people should not hate me. No, come on, like you have to be realistic. Take the pros and the cons of it. But at the same time, we're still human beings, and you don't get to just say anything and just walk away with it. It's not really that fair. But then again, pros and cons, I guess. You can take whatever and do whatever.
Absolutely. And honestly, the fan-based culture, the reality show culture in Nigeria is crazy. Sometimes I hop on the Nigeria X and then try and find a few things, and then I'm like, Omo. Omo.
Wait.
My Omo has Omoed.
Oh my God.
But, you know, a little bird is whispering into my ears that I should find out from you.
Yeah.
What's your relationship like with Joan?
Oh my God.
You're getting faithfuls wants a little bit of juice, and so I'm just being the mouthpiece.
Yes.
What's it like?
We're friends.
We're
That's
friends.
it. Yes. Why are you smiling like that? Why does everybody do that? We're just friends. That's
You're
it.
just friends, right?
So I feel like a lot of people don't realize that house it's for you, it's entertainment. But inside the house, you need at least one person you can actually talk to. You could, I don't know if you will run crazy, but I feel like if you were to isolate yourself for so long in that house, something weird will happen to you. So I think it's very important to find someone you can trust in the house, and someone you can talk to when you need to have a conversation, and someone that you can rub minds with, have ideas and stuff like that. And she's an amazing person.
Absolutely.
So we're good friends.
Well, good friends, that is it for you, faithfuls. But once you're in Ghana,
Yeah.
I know you want to explore different things. What's that one first thing you want to do?
While I'm in Ghana? Okay, so I've always wanted to try a bunch. I'm not a food person.
Okay.
But I've always wanted to try a bunch of Ghanaian meals.
Okay.
So like the wache, kenke,
Okay.
all those like banku. So
You know your stuff. Huh?
yeah, I have a list actually.
You have a list?
So I want to do like a taste like thing. I want
Yeah.
to, but I also, I'll tell you something silly I want to do.
What?
Don't laugh at me.
Okay, what is it?
I want to take a trotro.
More like a downfall. That's like a
Yes,
downfall.
yes. Like I want to ride in it, and they were telling me like they said, cycle, 2 cities. I'm going to do that. Like, I'm going to dress. I'm going to wear shorts, wear normal shirts. I want to experience that.
I think we need to put you in a trotro from, let's say, Circle going to Medina.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's
you want
make
to
that happen.
experience, the mates doing circle.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna try
Have
that.
you heard of the shea butter, that I show skin?
Yeah.
You want to try that? You want to have that massage as well?
I'm not really a fan of people touching me, so
Okay.
maybe not. But I do. That's another thing I want to put in the pipeline. She's like, I think shea butter is very, it's very healthy.
Yeah.
And when you put the right supplements in it, it could be the perfect base for
Absolutely.
skincare. So that's something I have in my mind too, like a shea.
You should go to the northern part of Ghana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because they actually told me, I think is it Kumasi? I don't know where they told me.
Okay.
There's a place, they told me there's a place,
So
I think it's Kumasi.
Okay, so shea butter is very popular in Ghana.
Very popular,
But if
yes.
you want where they make it from scratch,
Yeah.
go through the entire process, you should take a trip to the northern part of the country. You will have a
Okay.
blast. You
Because
can
it's
eat it, you can apply it on your
Skin.
Faith, you're sorted.
This is from us to you. As a cousin from Nigeria joining us, we're like, we can watch you go like this. We are faithful.
Do I go with it?
Yes, please. Okay, let me help you.
Okay.
Yeah. This is for you now. This is the food and the good. So this one is like the button you don't need.
You cut it, right?
You have to cut it. Okay. Hold on.
Wait, let's do this. You know, we're going to try this out.
Let's try it.
Let's do it.
Try it. Are you allowed to wait? No, wait on this one.
I want to talk.
Let's wait on it. Wait on it. Oh, wow.
Before I take off this blue flower,
Hello. Thank you. Sorry, I have to use my phone. Kids, stay away from light. It's sharp. All right. Yes, there we go. Thank you.
so I swear to you, you're watching the show.
No. That's how you want it.
Allergy.
This from us to you, the entire team.
I just know these Zambians are going crazy.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing. In all your dealings, never pass through Zambia. Not be travel. You're not allowed to pass there. Your fans that can join you here in Accra. Or they join you on Zoom. Don't go there. No worse get for you, man. You don't have to. Stay away from Zambia.
I'll tell you something for free.
Yeah.
This is the best interview ever. I'm telling you, like, I'm okay with never doing any other interview again.
Don't.
I'm serious.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much, man. We love what you do.
Thank you.
And we love that Ghanaians love you to be here. My sister Sally is with you. I say thanks. Yeah, you say thanks.
Sally is amazing.
That's right. Yeah, you say
I
thanks.
think Sally knows everybody. Sally,
If you have nobody to mention your name, that's what we chat.
I'm telling you, like crazy. She's just fantastic. She's freaking
I think you
fantastic.
fear them.
It's her and Gloria.
Yeah.
Both of
Gloria as well.
them. Gloria Sample, Sandman,
Thank you.
amazing people.
Thank you.
I love the both of them.
All right. Thank you.
What have been some of your highlights?
Going to Ghana.
Why Ghana?
Because, like, that's the only place I have, like, actual genuine peace, man.
Okay.
You get me? It's like when you go to, like, Labadi Beach and then you're looking in the water, man. And then, like, you see there's this line at the end where it's like it separates the sky from the water.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's where God lives.
So you started in Ghana.
Yeah.